Hi, I'm Julia Harris, a.k.a. Julia da Realtor.
And I'm Karen Jones-Lewis, your Georgia, Florida Realtor.
We would like you to join us every first and third Saturday at 12 noon, where we will answer all your real estate questions. Good morning, WMBM listeners. Welcome to the Julia da Realtor Show, all the way live from North Miami, Florida, where you can get your up-to-date real estate information and all your real estate questions answered, and in the process, have a little fun. If you're in need of real estate services in the Broward and Dade County areas, you can call me directly at 954-483-9994. You can also find me on Facebook at Julia da Realtor SFL. That's Julia D.A. Realtor at SFL. On Instagram and Twitter at Julia da Realtor, and on my website at juliadarealtor.com. But while I'm here on the show, you can call in at 305-953-9626 or 954-525-1490 or 888-599-WMBM. So, joining me is my colleague, co-host, and friend, Karen Jones-Lewis.
What's up, Julia da Realtor? I like that name, Julia da Realtor. I am Karen Jones-Lewis, your Florida, Georgia Realtor, and my contact number is 305-323-1556. And my website is KarenJonesLewisRealtor.com. I want you to check out my blog. Please make sure you check out my blog. We're building it up. KarenJonesLewis.com. Don't you forget that.
Oh, hit it, girl.
I got it. Oh, man, it's going to be awesome.
All right, Karen.
What's up?
A.K.A. the retirement counselor. What's the fire tip for today, girl?
Okay, let's see what the fire tip today. All right, here's the fire tip today, your financial, insurance, and real estate tip. All right, we're going to talk about, okay, let me see. All right, here we go. Do something for your children or your grandchildren. And what I mean by that, start a savings account and or an investment account. And if you start it for them now, they will appreciate you down the line because they don't know they need to start doing anything. And once you do that, you'll create a habit so that they can do it for their children. All right, so that's the fire tip for today. Start a savings and or investment account for your children or your grandchildren.
Girl. Well, let's see which way we want to roll today.
I'm ready to roll whatever way you want to go, Julia.
All right.
You always got something going on.
Do I?
Yeah.
Girl, you must know me more than I know myself. All right. Let's talk about new construction today, Karen. New construction.
Okay. I like that.
Karen, we work with developers in the state of Florida with new construction properties, and we have 3 subdivisions today that they're ready to move in, or you may want to wait and move in 3 or 6 months down the line. We have 2 in Pembroke Pines and 1 in Port St. Lucie. Now, these are new constructions. They have incentives up to $20,000. Y'all hear that? $20,000?
Wow.
Okay, which can help pay your closing costs. So all you first-time home buyers, listen up. All you second, third, whatever number you on buyers, listen up. Because these new constructions, they have from 2 to 5 bedrooms. They're gated communities with clubhouse and state-of-the-art fitness centers. Great shopping in the area, dining and entertainment just minutes away from the highway. Excellent public and private schools, and they have single-family homes and townhomes.
All right. Okay. So that's awesome. All right. So now you're saying that we have 3 pre-construction properties that we're going to talk about. Let me just go over that again just to make sure that everyone heard us, because that's awesome for us to talk about new construction. I love, and that's one of the targets that I'm going after for my buyers. So you said that they can move in. They have immediate occupancy now, or they can, if they're not ready, they can do it down the line.
That's right.
And they have incentives, you said, up to $20,000.
You can't beat that with a stick.
Oh, and so that means that they can use those $20,000 also towards their closing costs. So then that way maybe they don't have to pay any closing costs. Is that okay? That's all right.
It works for me. I don't know about them.
And 2 bedrooms to 5 bedrooms?
That's what I said, girl. You heard me right the first time.
All right. So, Julia, if you had a choice, how many bedrooms would you want? It's just you now
I'm
and AJ.
I'm simple.
You simple?
It's me and my kid. I want 5 bedrooms. No.
That'll work. I think I want 5 bedrooms, too.
It's just you and Ike.
I want 5 bedrooms. I think I'll use one for the gym.
Uh-huh.
One for the guests.
Mm-hmm.
One for the office.
That's 3. One for you and one for Ike.
No. No.
Ike, I was just kidding. Kidding.
No. I think we'll use that 4th one, maybe for a prayer room or a quiet time where you can just meditate and so on. I think that's what we'll use that 4th room for. That 5th room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll do that one right there. Another thing, too, I wrote down some notes on one of those subdivisions in Pembroke Pines, Florida. They're also building a 4,700 square feet clubhouse.
That sounds phenomenal.
State-of-the-art fitness center. They're going to have a bar there. Also, they're going to have an event room, and they're also going to have workspace there, so you can do your work even while you're at home in the same subdivision.
That sounds awesome.
Wow. Here's another thing, too. Give us a call, because when we're talking about new construction, we set up private tours for you, your own personal tour for you. And we don't mean when we show you those new construction properties that we're going to just have you walk through, do a walkthrough, 5 minutes, slam, bam, thank you, ma'am, that's it. No, we are going to take you on a personal tour and tell you everything about the new construction property. So make sure you give us a call.
That's 305-953-9626. 954-525-1490 or 888-599-WMBM. Call us. We got the goods right here. Y'all gotta come and get it.
Or you can call us outside of the show. 305-323-1556. And I am Karen Lewis. And I'm going to wait for you to call me today. If nobody else called me, Miss Emma, I need you to call me after the show.
Emma, come on now. You got to show up. Karen waiting on you, girl. Or you can call me at 954-483-9994, where I will hold your hand through the process. From start to finish. We're going to go in. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk to the salesperson. We're going to sign you up. We're going to find out how much they're going to give you. We're going to do everything from start to finish. So definitely give us a call on these properties here, because they're hot, they're ready, and let's go.
I like when you said that you're going to hold the buyer's hands. That's excellent. I love that. And I like to hold my buyer's hands through the whole process, from the beginning to the end, and even after the process. And sometimes I definitely want to put this out to our listeners, is when you're looking at new construction properties, make sure that you have a real estate agent. I know when you get to those subdivisions, the agent's smiling, they're giving you cookies, they're giving you water, they're giving you all that good stuff, though. But you have to keep in mind,
schmoozing you.
Julia a little harder than me, but
they schmoozing.
You do have to keep in mind that they're working for the developer. They're not working for you.
That's right.
So make sure that you have a real estate agent, and take your real estate agent to the property. And not only that, they are familiar. A lot of the agents, when it comes to new construction, try to find you an agent that are familiar and understand new construction properties as well, knows how to read the builder's contract, knows the ins and outs when it comes to new construction property.
Karen, you done said a mouthful, girl. You definitely said a mouthful.
That's what we want to do. We want to say a mouthful so that we can educate our clients and educate our listeners. And if they have any questions, they can call in. So that's a great thing to do. You know, another thing too, Julia, is to make sure that they have warranties. Those are things that you have to look at on a new construction, pre-construction property.
Yeah, because they have all those appliances in there. You want to make sure that you get those warranties for every single appliance. Know what the length of the warranty is, so that way, once you sign on that dotted line and you're done with the developer, you know that, okay, if my washer and dryer break down the next day, you know who to call to, or, well, I believe at that point you can still call them, no?
You can call them, but if you already have the warranties listed and you have your warranty papers, then you can call the people, because most times they give you the they give you the warranties, and that's a part of your package, so you'll be able to call them. Right. But you can still call the developer and let them know if there's something wrong. But yes, you can.
But down the line, once you've been in that house, you're already seasoned in that house. The developer has cut their string of you, so
yeah, they're going on to the next subdivision.
They over here in the next lot, building the next property, so you guys can buy. Okay,
okay, all right.
I got a question, Karen. So, what's better? Is it better to purchase, a house where you can't even see it yet, like it's not physically there? You have to go off a floor plan. I mean, okay. I don't know.
That's a great question. When you ask a question like that, the first thing that I personally would say to you, one size does not fit all. Mm-hmm. If I went into a new construction and they don't have that particular model, and they're wanting me to purchase it, one of the questions that I would ask them is, do you have another subdivision that has that same model that I'm interested in?
Right.
And if they say, no, I don't, this is the first floor plan for that, I'm able to look at the floor plan and read it and say, okay, I can go ahead and sign a contract for this right here. Now, there are some buyers that you have, they're saying like, no, that won't work for me. I need to see what my house is going to look like and have a model up. So it just depends on you. If you want to say, okay, I can go by the floor plan on paper. And if not, then I would say just wait. And even you don't have to get it new construction at that point. But down the line, when they start building those models, you can go ahead and purchase that property then if you like that floor plan.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds good. All right. So, Karen, because I'm the buyer today, okay? And you're my realtor. So I got lots of questions, honey.
You the buyer? You mean I'm not the buyer today? I like to be the buyer because I like to be
the buyer today, girl.
Hey, Julie, I like to be the buyer because I like to jump on my realtor. So don't jump on me today.
Oh my God. So okay, so the developer, in order for them to give you all that money, where's that coming from? Like, how are they able to do that for me?
Well, excuse me. They already put that money. They've allocated it. They've allocated that money to be able to do that. And sometimes they like you to use their lender. They like you to use their title company. And when they all can work together, if you can bring deals in there to the mortgage company, then if they work on volume, they can recoup some of that money when they say, I'll give you $20,000 worth of incentive. And you notice that a lot of times in new construction, they want you to go to their lender in order to get that those incentives. If you want, whether it's upgrades or whether you want to use that money towards your closing costs, they'll always want you to go through their lenders. And if you tell them, well, I don't want to go through your lender, I want to use my own lender. And then sometimes they'll say, well, you can't get the incentives. So they, believe me, trust me, they've got those numbers in there, but normally they work by volume to recoup their monies back.
Okay, so me using their lender, is that going to affect me in a negative way? Like, am I going to feel like, okay, I'm using their lender, they really, they're really not working for me. They're working for the, for the developer.
No, not necessarily. Even when we said that the listing agent, the sales agent that's at the subdivision, we're saying that they're working for the developer, and they do have the developer at their best interest. But normally, listen to me, normally they're not going to do anything wrong to the buyer. But what happens when a buyer has their own real estate agent, the real estate knows the language and they can ask questions and they can get more as opposed to a buyer just walking in and have no clue of what's going on or how the process goes.
You hear that, buyers? First time, second time,
third time, fourth time, and normally, Julia, also too, it's not their language. So even if you're familiar with purchasing a house, when you go into new construction, a lot of times buyers really, even with regular resales, they don't read the contracts, and the developer may put an extra amount of money on there, some kind of administrative fee, $4,000, and because you have not looked at your contract or read it, then you're going to get angry at the end of the day when it comes up. It's because you didn't read it.
Right. So you're saying, on a whole, get yourself a licensed realtor to be on your side, not their side.
Number one, I stress to you, yes, definitely get yourself a real estate agent. And even when you get a real estate agent and you go to subdivisions, I had one some years ago. I was working with the buyer, and that's before we came out with buyer's broker's agreement. The buyer went to a subdivision, and she did not let the agent know she was working with an agent.
Oh,
okay.
Wait. Start again.
So I'll go back. Some years ago, I was working with the buyer. They went to a subdivision. It was a new subdivision. They were building houses.
Right.
They asked her, did she have a real estate agent? She said no. She went to contract, and then I found out. And so I went back and said, yes, she does have a real estate agent. They gave me a hard time, and because she changed her no to a yes. And what they did, instead of their normal commission is 3%. Instead of them giving me 3%, they gave me 2%.
Wow.
And I tried to fight it, but I couldn't fight it.
Because ultimately she should have said she had one from the beginning.
Yes. And so and there's no need for a buyer to lie to say, I don't have a real estate agent. You're not giving me my commission, so I can take you to see 500 new construction properties. I can take you to see 1,000 resale properties. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Single
hurt
family,
them at all.
It does not hurt them at all. And they'll still, I won't say, they'll still fib. They won't tell the truth. You ever remember that? They'll fib.
Meanwhile, they done call 50 million realtors instead of just locking in one good one that will be on your side, like Karen Jones-Lewis and Julia da Realtor. Come on now.
Well, now see, Julie, you're going to take me off new construction for a minute. I want to address that when buyers do that. When a person is looking for a house, they're excited, they're anxious, and for some reason, and I'm just being honest from my experience, they tend to think that a real estate agent, because even real estate agents think that we should work 24/7 in order to be successful. And buyers think that they should call their real estate agent 24/7. And the minute that we don't pick up the phone,
they call somebody else.
They'll call someone else. And
like that question couldn't wait a couple more hours.
Right. Or they'll go and look at a property and they'll call the agent, and the agent, the first thing, an agent will ask, do you have a real estate agent? And here it goes again. No, I don't have a real estate agent. And that's how, you get yourself into like
a situation.
Right. And be honest, though. At the end of the day, be honest with it. And if you choose not to work with that real estate agent because they miss your call, if they constantly miss your call, then that's a different story. Yeah. But if you're so anxious that you can't wait for a few hours, then maybe that's not a good fit for you.
Gotcha. All right, we're going to jump back on We definitely sidetracked just now. I think I touched a nerve somewhere.
You did touch a nerve,
but
hey, Julia, you did touch a nerve, but you touched a good nerve, because sometimes though clients don't know this right here. It seems like they should know it. I had a client.
Realtor etiquette.
I had a client, the buyer, to do an inspection. And when we set up the inspection, she called me and said, well, who's paying for the inspection? My normal says that she should know that, but she does not do that every day. So sometimes buyers don't know that.
Right.
Well, let me call this agent.
Right. What they should do and what they should not
do it.
Right.
And that's why it's important as a real estate agent, what we should do when we get a client. The first thing that we should do is sit down and have a heart-to-heart talk so that everybody knows what our expectations are and vice versa.
Everybody is on the same page and there's no misunderstanding.
Right. And that's a show we'll talk about later, because that's a whole nother month show. You know, we can talk about that a few shows. So we'll go all back
day,
to
every day and twice on Sunday. So, Lord, that is too much. Okay, so I got another question. We back on.
Oh, you back on
task
as
now.
The realtor. Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Okay, when you buy a resale, it takes about 30 to 45 days to close. I mean, I don't know if I want to wait 3 to 6 months. I mean, does it have to be that long, as a new construction buyer?
No, not at all. There are some properties that you go into and you will have to wait, but there are some properties where people have purchased them and then the deal fell through for whatever reason. Right. So now they have a new house that's up there. So you can come right in for immediate occupancy.
Right. Is that what they call a spec home?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes.
I heard that. So
boom,
as a buyer, me as a buyer heard that.
So that means you're out there doing your homework.
I am doing my homework as a buyer.
Okay. Here's another thing as a buyer. Okay. A buyer has to understand that there's homework that you have to do so that you don't put everything into the other involved parties, whether it's the title company, whether it's the mortgage company, whether it's the real estate agent. Mm-hmm. You have to scout the neighborhood. Or if it's a new construction, go and look up the builder. Mm-hmm. Go to the review site, see what other clients are saying, see if they have any judgments, see if they have any liens on them. So do your homework. I did this here, and I think I mentioned it before. I didn't do my homework once. I went and purchased a new construction property, and on the left-hand side, beautiful neighborhood. On the right-hand side, it was across the railroad tracks. I'm like, oh, my God, what have I done? But I moved in there.
On the wrong side of the tracks. Lord.
All right, go ahead. Let's go. What's next?
All right, so
Buyer.
you said I got to look at the neighborhood, scout it out. What else is there that I have to do?
Maybe another thing that you want to do, because you don't know your neighbors, if there's no properties up in that subdivision, you may want to even drive by different days, drive by different times of the day. That's a very good thing to do. Then you can drive by there like on the weekends and see what goes on in the neighborhood.
Okay.
See how long it's going to take you to get to work. Go check out the schools for your children.
Right. That makes sense.
Go to the local county courthouse and see what the projections are going to be for that neighborhood.
All right. You dropping some knowledge on me, Miss Jones-Lewis.
That's me.
You definitely dropping some knowledge. All right. So I got to scout out the neighborhood. I got to, drive by several times, different times a day, check out the builder and their liens and judgments. And what else?
Okay. I mean, if you can do that, you've done well. You've done well. And again, a real estate agent, they can give you some other insight, input in reference to what to do. And here's another thing too, as a buyer, when you go into those models, they are gorgeous, designed perfect. I mean, 10-star homes. You up front, Julia, make sure that you have a conversation to see what's standard or what's considered an upgrade. I know those the three that you talked about today, their standards, they have some great standards in their models. So,
right.
As opposed to other developments where their upgrades are different.
Okay. All
so
right.
the cost is a standard because the upgrades can cost you tons and tons of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me put on my buyer hat and see what else I got to ask you.
Make sure you get a home inspection. I know it's a new house.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, get a home inspection.
See, when you got a good real estate agent, they'll share those nuggets with you.
Get a home inspection. Now, why is it as a buyer of a new construction, I should get a home inspection?
I recommend that you get a home inspection because you have someone that's representing you, and then they'll go in there and see the minor things that you won't notice, and the builder
because I'm
may
so
let you
blinded
slide.
by the glitz and the glamour of the newness of this house.
Yes, that's you. And not only that, too, the builder may let it slide and say, it's nothing.
Yeah,
but
she ain't see it, so why am I going to say something?
And it's minor. But when you have your home inspector, then they can go in there and say, hey, no, I need you to move that socket. You got me?
Okay, gotcha.
All
right. So I'm gonna put back on my realtor hat now, and we're gonna step this thing up. So basically, identify the upgrades. Get yourself a realtor. How about the association?
Check out the association. Don't just put that book that they give you and put it away when they give it to you. No. If you don't read it, the least that you should do is call the association and ask them about what's going on, their rules and their regulations.
Okay.
But you definitely want to follow up because you want to know those rules. That's very important,
right.
Especially when it comes to a condo, Julia.
Right. You moving into this new place. You want to know what you can and cannot do. You can't barbecue on the terrace. I said terrace. Oh,
that's
right.
a
New York thing. Balcony or patio or whatever.
Or whatever it is.
Right.
But you want to know.
Right. All right. So basically the bottom line is ask questions. And then when you finish, ask some more questions because you want to know what's going on with your new construction purchase.
That's it.
Now it's time to take it to the closing table.
It's time to take it. No, I'm not finished. Okay, so we'll resume. All right. Karen Jones Lewis, 305-323-1556. I had a great time today. Call me if you're interested in pre-construction.
All right. And I hope all our listeners enjoyed the show today. I am Julia Harris, a.k.a. Julia da Realtor, 954-483-9994. Join us every first and third Saturday. Same time, same place, WMBM, 1490 AM. Peace. Thank you for listening to Julia da Realtor. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.